The Constitutional Convention was officially sent to Governor DeYoung. Then it's on its way to President Obama. News Channel 8's Wes Small files this report.
Well, it's been 2 years in the making and a lot of controversy. God only knows that. But today we're in Government House in Christiansted, where formerly the president of the Constitutional Convention, Luz James Jr., officially gave the document to the governor's staff.
Certainly, we were not supposed to be where we are today, but we fought all odds despite all the setbacks that we've had. And I want to say thank you to the people of the Virgin Islands and thank you to my delegation. You see what I told you about my secretary? She makes sure that I do the right thing.
And on behalf of the Honorable John P. DeYoung Jr., Mr. President of the 5th Constitutional Convention, I graciously accept this document, this working document that you've been working so tediously along for the last couple of years.
So that's that. Now the document will be officially on its way up to Washington, D.C., to President Barack Obama, and then we'll have to take it from there. But officially, the VI Constitutional Convention, after 2 years of hard work, has officially been turned over to VI Governor John DeYoung, and then he passes it on to our beloved President Barack Obama. The fun is just beginning. At Government House, I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
Well, today is the beginning of hurricane season, June 1st. Are you prepared? News Channel 8's Wes Small gives you some tips.
This is June 1st, and it's hurricane season, and we've already had a tropical storm take a little visit up to the tri-state area, believe it or not, recently. I'm here now with Jacqueline Heiliger, who is the Deputy Commissioner. Deputy Director for VITEMA, and of course we're here in St. Croix. Mark Walters is the big guy. Magical question, are we ready?
Absolutely. When it comes to hurricanes, I'm saying we're better prepared every year. Again, we go through countless trainings and countless exercises with our emergency service coordinators, with our emergency management council. So I would say that the Virgin Islands is very, very prepared.
I always remember after Hugo, stronger, safer, and smarter. As we get licks from the past storms, we kind of remember the damage that it inflicted before. What are some basic household tips that people need to remember as June 1st rolls around?
Well, let me just, since you mentioned Hugo, let me just say this is Hugo's 20th anniversary.
Oh.
Absolutely. Of course, we want to keep in mind, just remember Hugo, from where we were to where we are today. And the fact that we were not very prepared, as a matter of fact, not prepared at all, during Hurricane Hugo's time in 1989 to where we are now in 2009. Again, very, very prepared. We want them to have a disaster kit. We want them to have a family plan. We want them to do all the necessary things that they need to do for the hurricane season.
And do a dry run, where your nearest shelter is, clear the debris out of your yard, double up on your prescriptions, help your neighbors, especially the elderly.
See, you have even gotten it.
We're veterans at this. Yeah.
Absolutely right. And again, we have partners in all of this, according to the American Red Cross. We have our private partners in this. And VITEMA is going to be putting on our emergency or all-hazard preparedness forum or expo coming up on June 19th. So we're asking the community to come out and support us as we continue to plan for that as well.
Okay. And with that, I have to make sure that to tell you about the News Channel 8 tracking maps. They're going to be available in various locations and businesses. To watch the Weather Channel and watch and listen to our meteorologists on radio and TV, I'm sure that Ms. Heiliger and Mr. Walters from VITEMA want you to be kept up to date the whole time. Remember that the Weather Channel is now on 17, Channel 17 on cable anyway. So with that, we certainly wish everyone the best, and hopefully we don't have any storms this year. That would be the best thing.
Absolutely. Despite the fact that it's going to be an active hurricane season, we're looking forward to no storms. Absolutely right.
All right. And is there any last words you'd like to put out, just in case people would like to volunteer for VITEMA, or various entities need to get in touch with you, Ms. Heiliger? How can they do that?
At the VITEMA St. Croix office is 773-2244, On the St. Thomas office, it's 774-2244, and on St. John, it's 776-2244. We're a 24-hour service. If there is an emergency, you can call us after hours.
Okay. I'm Wes Small at VITEMA for News Channel 8.
Is Hovensa stinking up the place? Well, Mr. Jones thinks so. News Channel 8's Wes Small has the story.
Well, once again, we are in the Prophet area, or State Harvey. Matthew Chow, it has many names. And this reporter, when he goes to sleep at night, I hear voices. Nah, not that bad, but I do hear voices. One of them is Miss Blackwood from Williams Delight, as she calls me every single day for the roads. And then the next one is this guy, Mr. Jones. Every day he calls me, and there's a message on my machine, and he's very patient. Now, a lot of you are tired of this, because we've been up here about 4 or 5 times already. And he is fighting a giant, Hovensa, the world's largest refinery, at least one of them. Mr. Jones, what is it now?
It's apparently increased. It's to the point where it's overbearing, unsupportable. It's unfair. It's just no explanation to what we are going through here in our community. You know what I mean? It's become to a point where it's just feeling frustration, anger, to realize that you're living under such a harsh conditions like that, and you're poisoning us with your contamination, your fumes, your toxic air, everything. It's not right that we should be living as residents in a beautiful community like this and feel like we are being treated with no respect, no consideration for our young ones, not for our parents, not for our grandparents. I think it's time that, you know, we are asking for a change. We have been asking for a change, and no matter who we put in political office, we are not seeing a change. All we're asking for is to help us. Consider us.
Talking about oil refinery in the States, and the little guys won. You did some research.
Yeah, I heard through the grapevine that a little refinery compared to the Hovensa refinery just recently paid out $150 million to the community because too many people were dying and suffering by the toxic pollution. It's good that we could invite them. I'm not against them. Welcome any industrial business here to help the economy. But we cannot allow them to poison us with the exchange of putting food on the table. I think it's unfair. We have too much innocent victims here are suffering. You know what I mean? I think it's unfair.
You have any proof that Hovensa has killed people with their toxic fumes?
Well, I wouldn't make such a strong comment like that, but when you sit down and hear about the amount of people in our community that is dying and suffering with cancer, and the government must naturally have that information in the medical record, but it's just being keeping closed, you call Department of Health, nobody's coming out to assist you in your community. You call in the Department of DPNR. When you talk to Commissioner Robert Mathis, he's so ignorant and illiterate against our complaint against the Hovensa refinery. He's saying to us as people that we need to understand that the Hovensa refinery came here before we did, which he's wrong. There was about 5 homes in our community. My parents was one that had the house existing before the Hovensa refinery ever break ground. My dad was one of the guys that worked on the foundation for the Hovensa refinery back then. You know, and I feel it's unfair. Right now, we're under fumes right now.
With that, here with Mr. Jones, I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.